understand. And now look what happened. And she knows it's from that. She knew, I mean, she knows. And it's
And you
sad.
know what's sad too, Linny?
Hmm.
I There was a gentleman, a friend. He'd supply me with firewood, and he's a few years younger than me. He's like 42, and he's a few years under me. And he'd come in, bring me some wood. I give him some magic cards. Because he collects magic cards, and I give him a few boxes of magic cards, and he'd deliver my firewood, and we talk for a bit and stuff like that. He came by my store mid late 2020 and said, "You know what? I'm going to take it. I got to take it, Mike. I know you've been telling me not to, and I do watch your show from time to time. And you know what, Mike? I'm gonna." I said to him, I looked over at him. I said, "You know what? I opened up my till, and I said, I got $175 in my cash register. If I give you this, and you could promise me you're not going to take this, you could promise me, just don't take this. I'll give you $175." Because he was taking it not for work. He wasn't taking it to a restaurant. He wasn't taking it for anything. He was taking it because he wanted to make his mom happy. And I said to him, "Look, I'll pay you. This is all I have in cash. Just take this and just tell her you took it." No, 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 I got to do it. I got to protect it. I got whatever. I'm like, "Please, please, please," and he did. And he took it. And then he ended up getting really sick 2 days, 3 days after. And then he came back a few weeks later, and he's feeling better, and he's kind of more on the game, more on the ball, feeling better. 3 months go by, maybe four, and said, "I'm going to take another one." And I said, "Okay, let me see how much money I got here. I think I had $140 in my till. I'll give you $140. No, I got to take it and this and that." Okay, he took it. 2 days later, he had troubles walking. And I'm talking about troubles walking where that guy couldn't go upstairs. And I found out a few weeks back, well, about a month ago now, that he was dying in a hospice. And I begged. There was nothing wrong with this guy. This guy wasn't sick. He doesn't smoke. He didn't drink. He was fit. He owned a little farm. He was really working it out. He was really smart. And he ended up passing away from this. And I begged him. Lenny. And then I was telling this story to someone else in my store. And then my buddy was sitting at the table, and he put his hand up and said, "You try to pay me too, Mike, $80 not to take it. You try to pay me. I remember like 3 times." And I said, "But why did you go and take it?" He's like, "Well, I had to go see my mom. I had to go see my mom in the old folks home, and they wouldn't let me in unless I was updated, right?" And it really breaks my heart that I couldn't do more in that way, or I didn't have enough money in that way, or I didn't have enough to bribe someone in that way to not take something that's going to potentially destroy them and kill them. And there was no way I could prove, or that a toy store guy that barely can't read and doesn't even know how to do his taxes is gonna tell me what the science and what the media is telling me and going against. No, I'm gonna pass on you, Mike. I just wish I had more credibility, so to say. So I just wouldn't feel so bad about it, but I just wish I was more credible. That's all.
Well, people make their own decisions, and that's the thing. All you can do is speak your own truth, speak your own things, stand up. Most people who, like, only 30, it looks like, because the areas where it was not compulsive, about 30% of the people took it. So it could be about that percentage did run and they wanted to take it, but the rest were coerced to different levels. Some it was mini coercion, and then more and more, and they just put the boots on bit by bit. They had a whole strategy. It had to get into the arms of everyone. It is not to depopulate, is because they have a whole new level of doing whatever they got to do.